What's going on? We back with the Boxing Think more. Y'all know what it is. Back active today. It's your boy CJ Goodfella talking about Eddie Hearn saying that it's a strong possibility of Jarrell Big Baby Miller facing Anthony Joshua in his U.S. debut. I'll link that interview to the description so you know that it's true. And I don't have a problem with Anthony Joshua facing Jarrell Miller this August in Brooklyn Barclays Arena. It's definitely not an issue, but I just look at it as being hypocritical from a point of view, and from another point of view, not so much. I understand it from a business point of view. From the hypocritical point of view, how can you insinuate that, Deontay Wilder isn't ready yet? Y'all ducking and hiding from him, y'all basically saying every excuse in the book, he ain't ready yet, or this or that. How can you look anybody in the face and say Jarrell Miller is ready? I mean, you couldn't find a better USA debut opponent? I would guess not. There's not a lot of great U.S. heavyweights or good U.S. heavyweights walking around right now. And they already beat Dominic Breazeale. Mr. Byrne, he's mostly Canadian. He wouldn't have mattered no way. I mean, Brian Baba Jennings, he trying to get back in the fold. So, Amir Mansour, he's not even in that conversation yet. So, I guess it would be Miller. Even though Miller hasn't done jack shit in his career yet, but he's from Brooklyn, so I'm pretty sure in a big fight, with 3 belts on the line, possibly 3 belts on the line, he's gonna be able to put some seats in the Barclays Center, but how can you rationalize that to casual fans? I mean, y'all guys are making fun of Deontay Wilder. You say he's not that good. You say Joseph Parker is an easier fight than him, and you come over to the United States, where at first you told Deontay Wilder that, y'all weren't interested in fighting in Vegas or the United States. Y'all wanted to fight in the UK. But you come over to the United States with Jarrell Miller, but not Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder. And that's going to baffle some people. But basically what Matchroom wants to do is test Anthony Joshua's popularity in his market over here. And if the market is good enough, perhaps they come back and face a Deontay Wilder, or just come back and face somebody else and start building that international brand. Because I keep trying to break it down to these UK fans or American fans, period, because money is better in the United States if you can crack the market. That's the hard part, cracking the market. Becoming a big entity in the United States, you go from $20 pay-per-view on South Sports TV, whatever Anthony Joshua fights on, to $60, $70, $80 pay-per-views in the United States and filling up arenas, And it said that Eddie Hearn's buy a whole bunch of tickets for the Anthony Joshua fight, then resell them on StubHub, whatever he does. So, I heard that. A lot of people say that from the UK. I heard a lot of people say that from the United States. But, I don't have a problem with him fighting Miller next. I really don't. I mean, see what the market does over here. See if you like it. New York is the media capital of the United States. Obviously, I thought, Vegas might be a good spot for a fight for, Joshua. But New York is equally as amazing, at least in the summer. Even though a lot of things shut down at 2 in the morning at New York. But New York. But it'd be cool. You facing a hometown kid. So you spanking somebody's kid in their hometown, But it's hard to sell that to the boxing fans. It's hard to. And you guys just understand this from this point of view. It's a business. And Eddie Hearn is going to milk Anthony Joshua as far as, as much as he can. He's going to squeeze that last little pulp of orange juice out of him, And at one point, he might feed him to the dogs, because Anthony Joshua his contract is coming to an end with Matchroom. Eddie Hearn said they should announce something soon about an extension. So we see how that happens. We see how that goes down, how that happens. But I really don't have an issue with this. I mean, I in my mind, I already made up my mind that Wilder not gonna get that fight anytime soon. It's gonna after this, it's gonna be a mandatory with POV, or it's gonna be a mandatory, with Alexander Povetkin. I mean, Eddie Hearn knows exactly what he wants Anthony Joshua to do. They know when they're going to be ready for Deontay Wilder, which is no time soon. And just now, a lot of people starting to realize what I've been saying about Anthony Joshua since he ducked Luis Ortiz, that he's a bitch. I've been telling you guys that. He let Eddie Hearn answer the tough questions, and he put his tail between his legs and hide behind Eddie Hearn to answer the tough questions, so, he don't have to, Everything they doing is to roll the steam off of Deontay Wilder, and the traction that he's starting to get now. The traction that Wilder's getting now, you never thought he'd ever get this much traction before from the fans. Now fans are starting to see Anthony Joshua really is a puss. You know, he really is. And at first, people were like, no, there's no way Deontay can do this. And if you look at Anthony Joshua's game, his fighting, you know, game ain't shit to be marveled at neither. You know, Anthony Joshua don't do shit special. He punch hard. He don't have quick hands. He not a smart boxer. He don't make a lot of IQ boxing moves. He don't have no head movement. He barely have any leg movement. He's just a big hunk of, you know, junk, you know, that's in there punching. His size intimidates and defeats opponents before they get into the ring. And now people knowing that his chin soft as Sherman, a lot of guys starting to get brave like Takam. You know, people act like, oh, Deontay the worst fighter ever. I mean, shit. Look across the pond. Anthony Joshua ain't too far behind. He's just more textbook. But he's so robotic and so, you know, predictable with his punch combinations and stuff like that and how he carries his game plan. His game plan never changes. It's the same thing. Use my size and punch of power to beat you down. That's it. Now people trying to clip him on the chin. Now people starting to get worried. I'm telling you guys, you know, this dog shit, the cat shit, Deontay to Joshua, neither one of these guys are all-time great skill-wise. The thing that Deontay Wilder got going is he got real power. At only 214 pounds, he knocked out a guy almost 30, 40 pounds heavier than him and Luis Ortiz. That goes unseen. You know, so much hate for Wilder. People not looking at this guy. This guy routinely weighs in between 220, 225. He routinely knocking out guys that outweigh him 40, 50, 30, 40, 50 pounds. But some people so blindfolded and so blinded by the hate for him, they don't see that. And say, oh, Joshua's this good. Joshua's not that good. You know, him losing that weight, we're going to see how explosive and how his stamina stacks up with Joseph Parker. I expect him to be Parker, because Parker ain't shit special. And you know that if you've seen Parker last several fights. Fury, that Roddick guy, the Andy Ruiz guy, the Takam guy. I mean, he all struggled in those fights and really didn't look good and blow those guys away like he was supposed to. Because this is a fight Anthony Joshua was meant to look good in. I mean, I want to see, you know, how the speed and how the stamina looks if he goes that long. And if it does, I mean, he looks good, then it just makes the Wilder fight look a little bit more attractive. But y'all thought Joshua was playing when he said Wilder in 2020. He means that shit. He means it. And you might as well just face it. You know, hold your breath. Don't hold your breath. And just continue to fuck with the boxing that we got going on right now. You know, because don't hold your breath for that fight. Because it ain't happening. When he said 2020, he meant that shit. And Eddie Hearn already know what it is. So at the end of the day, you know, may the best man win when the time comes